All right, we've made it to episode 10 of the RSB, the Real Sports Brothers. This one today is called Retooling. Huh? Huh? Around the NFL, several of the top teams have retooled. In the NBA, some of the top teams up top will be retooling. The Bulls look retooled. The Lakers will have LeBron come back in a couple of weeks. That's they're retooling them. And my guys have been holding it down with their notes, staying prepared. I today have chock full of notes. I showed them to them, so I have retooled as a host. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I don't practice that crap either. That's the best part about it. So, Myrick said that he is super excited about what's been going on with the trades with the NFL. He didn't actually say that, but I said that he did, so he's got to make it seem like that. So why don't you kick off with either the trades or yeah, go over the trades before we give a healthy dose of beating to our local Chiefs.
Um, Let me see
The
here.
Eagles got Jair Alexander and Jalen Phillips to help their pass rush rotation and their secondary, at least as a vet. The Seahawks added a receiver with Rashid Shaheed to help the downfield to keep opening up the middle for their top receiver. The Colts had the biggest one as far as the biggest name, as your boy Sauce Gardner and his chain went there. The Cowboys, I don't know that it truly matters, but they have added a linebacker from the Bengals, Logan Wilson, and the Jets stud for the last several years, Quentin Williams. And the Jags have added a possession receiver in Jacoby Myers from the Raiders, who are up 7-0 over the Broncos. Any one of those matter to you?
Um, I'll say I'm ain't I'd like to see what Sauce does with improving the Colts because since we're gonna have to play them here pretty shortly. So I think he does add a dimension to a good dimension to the Colts. I he's a lockdown, still a lockdown guy. Um, Probably what would y'all say top three cornerback, top three, top five cornerbacks. He
Top
doesn't
five.
get a lot of. They don't throw his way still, so he doesn't get a lot of attention, which is still good because they're not picking on him. But I'd say top five cornerback, which adds another dimension to already very good defense. So that's the one I'm looking at.
Cool, cool. Sai, your thoughts on any of these trades that I just mentioned? Which one stands out to you the most?
Yes, Sauce. I think that's a good. Well, they're going for it. So I mean, I don't know if it'll end up being good, but they're going for it. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
we going all in. You know what I mean? Um, I think the Eagles getting Jair, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a sneaky move because he'll be what their nickel, their third corner,
I don't know that he can play slot, but yes, he's their third corner.
You
or
don't think he can play slot
you don't.
in
He hasn't
situations
been healthy.
I don't know
Hmm.
if he'll even be slot. As they might put him on the outside and move somebody else into the slot.
Yeah,
But what it
I,
does is strengthen a string. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely think like you. I agree with exactly what you said. It's a sneaky good move because at the very least, he provides the veteran presence, and if he can get something back, because he's definitely not been what he was 2, 3 years ago for sure.
Right.
Then yes, it definitely helps. I mean, I don't think they
Or
would
if
have
you need
did
to
it.
play coverage with a safety and use him as a safety, if you got to play coverage
Yeah, yeah.
and somebody's going four wide.
It's another guy that you put out there. So yeah, whether he's a true nickel or whatever, yeah, I definitely think that it's a good move. Like when I saw it, I was like, man, that's kind of a good deal. And plus, it's depth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 So and then same thing with Phillips. At least he's still young enough that obviously he's a rotation guy. You know
Yeah.
what's Side note, that was crazy when I was doing this. I went through the transactions. An NFL transaction week is visually phenomenal. You see so many like wow names on there of just moving from practice squad to this and that, dudes getting let go that you're like, man, you couldn't even make a practice squad anymore. I mean, there's name brand dudes out there who were making plays. I should have wrote one down, I didn't, but yeah, it reads hilariously with players who you're shocked are getting dropped and picked back up, etc. So
Right.
anyway, yeah. Mine, just to be different, I am gonna go with the Seahawks. And Jigba has looked basically like what Puka was doing. Uh, every time you look up, somehow they're finding a way to get him the ball, and that can only work for so long before either a he wears down. We saw what first off, Puka is always getting banged up and in and out of the game and missing here and there, and when they did the same thing to uh, the receiver who was Cooper Cup, the same thing happened to him. You know, you get that almost like a running back situation. They have this high volume of receptions, which don't even at the best, he's what, 70, 60, 70%. So he's getting all these licks and they're very mobile in the way they're getting the ball because these aren't usually dynamic type receivers. They're more of, making moves like Rasheed Rice looking like they can they can make moves, but they're not downfield threats, so to speak. And Jigba's like that. He's looks like a middling, super-handed possession receiver who you can
Yeah.
just do everything with. And now with Shaheed opening back up and Donald right now not faltering, people have tried the formula, hey, just keep the pressure, and it ain't mattering. The dude's a robot and he's just getting it done. So I think that's going to make a sneaky Seahawks team even more dangerous because it adds another weapon. So,
Yeah.
oh, where do we really go from here? Cy? You were the first one to fire off. I ain't gonna I won't even lie. I won't say coward, but for a lack of words that I want to say, I'll say coward when that text came because that game felt awful. Go ahead and give your breakdown because he's a Chiefs fan, but he knows how to add just enough hate that he won't feel like a Chiefs fan.
Because I've lost my fandom. Like, you know what I mean? In every all sports, I've lost. I got Missouri football. I got Florida State football. That's a childhood love. I got LeBron James. That's my fandom. Everything else, I just kind of look at kind of on a unbiased, you know what I mean, way. So with the Chiefs, I've been waiting on them to play this schedule, this month right here.
Yeah,
So Buffalo was number one because Washington didn't provide anything. And then
and they was unhealthy.
when I saw
Yeah.
what happened to them the other day, I'm like, man, maybe the Chiefs should have scored more points on them considering what just happened to them.
Yeah,
I just feel like with all the talk of the receivers coming back and our weapons and this and that and this and that, then
and what we did look like.
Buffalo just kind of threw a blanket over it. Now, I didn't get to see the first half, but I saw on my fantasy thing, Rice was adding it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I started watching the game in the second half, nothing. It's like they shut
Yeah,
him down.
he completely shut down in the second half.
Yeah. So I noticed that Buffalo's offensive line and defensive line kind of took over the game.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
That's that's what I thought. You know what I
beating,
mean?
absolute beating.
Bosa looked like old Bosa. You know what I mean? Um,
Especially against
yeah,
Youngwood.
yeah, yeah. So there was so many things I was looking for to say,
It
okay,
ended up 15 quarterback hits credited. Not to
credit.
mention that sideline avoided injury tackle.
Yeah, because that was I was surprised there wasn't a flag on that one because it looked like he threw his body weight on him, right?
He WE'd that dude on top of man. I don't know. Pat is an absolute soldier. That's an accidental concussion or something. He
Bro,
slammed him so hard. His mama jumped up. That's everybody's mama jumps up and says, "My baby," when you get tackled that hard on the sideline.
that's textbook of body weight coming down on
Yeah, I
somebody.
thought so.
So
He
yeah,
asked for it though. That was a very ignorant pass.
it was. It was. But I was trying to see if they could do some of those other things that they've been doing other people to Buffalo because
Mhm.
Buffalo's been getting kind of, abused a little bit too.
Yeah,
So but it didn't happen. So maybe this is a blip. Maybe Big Red wasn't he was trying to not show something or wait to the playoffs. I don't know. But the tight ends ate him up. Cook was running on them.
Forced.
Josh Allen looked comfortable. It was just a lot of stuff going on.
yeah. Mike,
All right, like you said, at times I'm gonna hit on where you left off at with the tight ends, Buffalo's tight ends. At times, it looked like our our secondary was just confused, and I went back and I actually did go back and watch it, and it seemed like they were always out of position. Um, these guys were at least 4 to 6 yards away from any defender when they were catching the ball, and
Yeah.
then they had yards after the catch, and we're allowed yards after the catch. So I don't know if it's if it's a coverage thing or they just confused back there on defense. They don't have a true leader. To me, they don't have a true leader that's guiding everybody in that secondary yet. Um, but there needs to be, I guess, some extra attention given to secondary. I think during scrimmages or during practice, because it happens more often than not that secondary is out of position or just
but
doesn't seem
and
like
to
the
me,
middle of the field wide open. Like to me, it happens too often to me it just by any team.
it's safety
Second,
ball.
yeah, he was out of position, but
Who's your
if
who's
he needs
usually
more,
your who's your
if
usual
he need,
general in the secondary?
if what's that?
Who's usually your general in the secondary? It's your safety. You went
The
from
safety,
you went from old boy to Justin Reed,
yeah,
two vets. Honey Badger to Reed,
yeah,
two veterans who walked right in. And Reed to me was at worst to me their third best defender over the last 2 years. Go ahead.
yeah. Second thing, I'm not gonna. We know what that the O line is. When I think Josh Simmons did report back. I think he's
Yep.
back. Is that
I thought
okay?
so too. Yeah.
So hopefully that problem gets solved. We know what that is. I'm not gonna beat that. I don't want to say that on the line, get in trouble. Uh, I just think that we had some opportunities, and we just didn't take advantage of them. Smith, just seems all out of whack. Like I'm gonna write it off as a like Sai said, as just a one all like a just a just the season during the season. Buffalo Bill beats us during the
Yeah.
playoffs. We beat them. So um, I will say I don't y'all tell me your thoughts on it. The intentional grounding call. We were driving. There was an intentional grounding, and they later come back and said we were wrong, but since it's intentional grounding, it's a non-reviewable play, and we can't reverse it.
Yeah.
They reviewed it to reverse it, but then they came back and said, "Oh, we're wrong, but you know
Yeah.
what? We call it intentional grounding. We can't." I think that's a change the rules. That's what the replay for the quick replays are for. Change it, and but we were driving, but that kind of after that they
Right.
went down and scored again, and then we end up losing by 7. So who knows what could have happened if we went to an overtime or
Or
Yeah.
or it's just yeah. But that's just my take from it. I like you guys said, this is the part of the schedule that we're really going to find out what we're dealing with right now. So if it happens again, then we got a different conversation next week.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very disappointed in that game. It's one of those things to where a lot of times we're able to say, "Hey, close game," and when we look bad. But yeah, you could point it at the running game when we didn't have at least a three-headed monster because Smith cannot run between the tackles, so it limits his play, and Hunt just can't hold up for 20 carries. It's just not what he is. I don't know why the passing game was bad though. I really, yeah, I understand the offensive line, duh, but aside from that, I couldn't still see why. It's not like 15 is a lot. If he passed it 34 times, you're under duress. Half of them, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's one of the worst. I understand all that stuff. The tackles were getting hurt. People were banged up, but it just throughout that it didn't look good anyway. And like I said, if it's just a trickle down, because we know how we look officially now when we do not have a running game that's a threat at all. Even though Hunt actually, man, there were several runs where Hunt actually looked good, but when we don't have a threat, I guess it just kills everything else because I guess people just play a different coverage. Go ahead.
And like when you called me, we were talking about it. He's just he doesn't have the engine. You can tell. Like he'll get through, and then he instantly to
Yeah.
9 hours. His legs are gone.
Yeah,
So he
Yeah.
and I
doesn't have
did think I did. There was two plays where it kind of where you sat up, and I was like, man, if this is any other running back, they're rolling at least for 30, 40 yards. And like you said, it was like you get to like an explosive run for him is 10, because that right where he's supposed to break out, they get in their legs and he going down. But at least yeah, he's getting all the vision. But like I said, maybe it's without a running game. It just puts so many coverages there, and with what the offensive line was looking like, fine. It just reminded me of that Bucks beat down in the Super Bowl as far as the offensive line play. But that still doesn't, to me, excuse the defense, which was playing good. Sure, when I look back, it's some Raiders, it's some injured Commanders, it's some inept Jags who we lost to instead. But I
Mhm.
still think, even I guess it was smoke and mirrors because we noted that the pass rush wasn't truly there. It just the secondary and the linebackers were playing good enough that it didn't matter. I still don't think they played bad against the run. Hunt did have Cook
He
did
had a
have
hundred.
like 20. He had like 100, but he had a 4.2 yard average, which is cool. But that's not giving it to you. To me, when I look back at the game, everything stood out as always. When the Chiefs lose, it's third downs. Third down, Kincaid's open. Third down is Shakur. Third down is Kincaid.
Big
Third down
play.
is Shakur.
Yeah,
It was just
big
two
play.
dudes. And yeah, he ended up hitting like 12, 11 guys or 8 or 10 different receivers, but they all had one. You're just like you said, it was people out of position because it's two guys. You know who he's
Yep.
going to. Everybody else is a diversion or else he's running. It's just they kept getting the third downs. And it's like, damn, it's just not gonna happen. And
But the
so
problem was because it kept being 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3,
yeah,
2nd and 7, 3rd and 2. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There was
Yeah.
no we were stuffing it on first down, the run.
Yeah. Yeah, it
It
was there
second,
was no consistency if it was going to
yeah.
stop. And although did get noted 6 quarterback hits on him, none were Chris Jones. Um it's a shame, but this ain't going to be the year for him. And if we don't have him inside, remember, he never had help anyway. So that's going to expose those other guys, Nandi and I forgot the guy we got from the Raiders that's playing up there, but they're just not going to be able to hold up. So with Tamba Hali's reincarnate as a white guy, Karloftis, man, you're looking at a guy who doesn't have true pressure. He's just trying really hard and he's got a good motor. Dana and all those other guys, even
Yeah.
though Dana, I mean, at times just a while ago he had a tremendous game, but it's like you can't count on that guy. He's the same thing. So it's not a true pass rush up front. Like I said, the linebackers, Chanel and Tranquil can make plays here and there, especially more for me, Chanel in the run game and Tranquil at times surprising with coverage, even though he got his lunch ate between him and the safeties last week. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely not against it, but like everybody's noted with the Broncos, with the Colts at least back to back, you're going to this might be in trouble, at least for the division. And with that being said, to me, it makes the note of our next point with the Chiefs, the trade. Um, I personally, real quick, you have a complete back now, 1 through 3. Yes, one of the drawbacks is you need a contract. The good thing is, doesn't matter. Jones ideally will either be taking a pay cut or coming off the books. That's a fact. And you would also have another player, ideally, in Kelsey. To me, needs to go ahead and come off the books. So the money there would be there for a $10 to $12 million contract for a star running back. So I am disappointed if it ended up actually being a four that we didn't pull that trigger. When I look at this year's four, it was Jalen Royals. What's he done? Nothing. So losing the four to me, that's not good enough. The fifth spot, just for a comparison, or the third right above them, and Noah Williams. Noah Williams plays a little bit. Even Ashton Gallot plays a little bit. But do you think they're better than Brees Hall? Not even a question. So that fourth round pick to me shouldn't have pushed it. Myrick, what do you think?
I'm same. I'm disappointed, and I understand. Like you said, I understand that he's kind of he had a contract coming up. They do well in the draft. Chiefs always draft well, or they do well in the draft. They're gonna take their chances, but we all know, it's a NFL's a win now league, and you have to take advantage of the people that you have on the field right now, because it can definitely go south. You've seen it. We've seen it with too many different teams that it can go south real
Your
fast. When it goes south,
window.
it goes bad. It goes Jets. That's what it does.
Yeah.
When it goes south, it goes Jets. So, it I would have loved to see that. That would have gave us that. I think that would have solved a lot of problems. You can't blitz. You wouldn't be able to just bear down on and interrupt this offensive line, because hey, guess what? We got a really quality back that we have to cover.
Yep.
Somebody's got to stay with this guy. So I would love to see that and see how that shaked out, but just didn't just didn't happen. So, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from here.
Man, that would have to me that would have put them at the number one spot.
And
Because
number one spot.
I've been saying that for weeks that Andy Reid needs his back. That's what I've been saying for weeks. Bro, that would have because they're good enough that they can get over some of their deficiencies with offense and with smoke and mirrors and all kind of stuff. And if they would have got a back, it didn't even have to be Brees Hall. It could have been some other dynamic back. Um, man, I think it just would have. I think it would have put them back at the man. We're scared of the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because they're going to come in here and score 30 plus on us on a bad day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You give them a running back who's a threat to take it to the house, which KC never has, bro. That changes everything.
Yeah.
That
He was
changes
he
everything.
to me he was a complete back for Andy, because he can catch out of the backfield.
Yes,
He
Yes.
run it when he needs
Bring back.
to.
Hey,
You
hey,
can
what?
line him up.
The screen game is back.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You
So
had Philly get Saquon. You had the Niners go get McCaffrey. They all made these teams see what they need, and they're like, "Let's do it. Let's go for it."
Look at what
Um,
Jason Taylor's still doing.
bro, look.
yep.
Well, okay. Look at the other teams at the trade deadline. The Chargers said, "Okay, Joel got hurt again." They went and got another left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about Philly getting deeper with at those positions. Um, Other people, they're just trying to bolster their lineup. You had the Colts, man. We're gonna have to play the Chiefs. We're gonna have to play this team. Let's get another corner. And I believe the Chiefs and the Bills are the big losers because they're looking at each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not
They're
Yep.
looking
sitting
at
good.
each other.
Ooh, good.
Yep. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And the Bills are like, oh, we got enough to beat the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are like, I think we can beat the Bills. But ain't nobody looking at
Yeah.
nobody else.
That's hot.
What if y'all
Hot
don't run into
take.
each other? What if
Yeah.
y'all don't play each other? You got to
Yeah.
worry about the Colts and all this other stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. 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 Forest in the trees. Damn, son, look at you. That's so big.
So that's what I think,
We
man.
have points per segment, man. You got mine. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Well, the NFL is put to sleep. They're covered. We move on to the NBA. And first off, I want to give a special RIP to Keyshawn George's white tee the other night. They played Boston. And even
He
the
just
announcer
catching
noted
bodies,
it,
dog.
man. He
He,
caught another one. Was that you,
he
Mark, who
catching
tuned
bodies.
that? He caught another body, man. This dude's out here just
Oh,
smudging people. Can't go to the club. You know what I'm saying? Girls on the white linen parties don't even want to kick it with him. And he's got all the money and he's smart. And he's just out here disrespecting his hair, left and right.
yeah.
You
You
be
gotta be some
better.
on the other players, the trauma on the other players. They got to start studying this, man.
Yeah, that's like, you've been fired. Like, dude, get up off me. Like, switch. Switch, say Jalen Brown, switch.
Everybody just looking down every time they
Yeah,
he
like
runs
come on,
into him. They
Like,
like, what,
dude. His barber's up here like, man, hey, his barber's got to be getting the hose. We ain't messing with you. You ain't even got the good stuff.
bro? That's bad. Cause I thought he got rid of it, but
I
what they
did
did was
too.
they did it a little better, right? But it's
man.
still coming off, bro.
I swear he had. Didn't he have braids last year?
Yes.
So what was it? What is it? Was it the? Was
It's
it?
that etching stuff that everybody do. Hey, he might
I
as
know,
well
but
he
what?
might as
Where
well
did
go
his
all
braids
in and come
go?
out with the white chalk. I would
Why
respect
is he
it.
spraying it
To have the white chalk all the way around,
Just so hey,
in
you get what you asked for. I got the white chalk. I'm fresh out.
bro.
All right,
He's
so
catching bodies. He's catching
yeah.
bodies.
So I had to do that right off. The way I wanted to gear it was I wanted to see you guys' opinions on the tops. Obviously, once again, this is way early. We're only a couple weeks in, but we have at least two teams to me from the East and West peeking out as far as being better, not heads and shoulders. The Bulls right now with their gross lineup. The Pistons, who was one that we spoke about, was that Mike Dark
yeah.
Horse? Or was that I discussed it, but was that your dark horse, Myra?
No, was it? Oh, yeah, that was my first one. Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah.
did do the Pistons.
The
Yeah.
Pistons,
Yep.
and they're bringing back Piston style. Not only are they playing as a team, but they are beside the OKC Thunder. They have they're one of the top defenses as well. And in the West, the Thunder, the Lakers. Luckily, everybody respects LeBron, so we can have an intelligent conversation about what this means to the Lakers, who I will say, out of all of these, have the worst point differential of them, which matters as well. So, Sai, we will throw it to you with your opinion on any of those from the East and West.
Okay, just quickly, I don't think the Bulls will last. Um, I think the
So, wait,
Pistons.
hold on. Is it you don't believe in Vucevic, or you don't believe in the leadership of your boy Touch'em Josh Giddey? You don't believe in the I don't know what he does. Ayo Dasu. I'm not gonna keep doing that. The young Matatis Buzeles. Is it him?
Was it?
Is it your boy Big Red Kevin Herter? You don't believe in? Which one of those stud cast names do you not believe in? What's your problem?
I know you put it so elegant right there, bro. Like it's hard to pick one, but the combination of that group, I do not believe in. There's not is I believe that because of they're in the East, they'll make the playoffs.
I'll give you a little secret. I don't know if you do because like I told y'all, I was ready for this. I did my homework. Out of that starting group, everybody is shooting over 42% from three, except for Herter, who actually I went and I
Right.
was like, I thought he was a shooter. He never could shoot threes good. He just lets them go. And as a team, they shoot 40%.
Now, now Kobe White ain't playing yet, right?
Nope.
So
Nope.
when he comes back, that'll help, and he shoots the three pretty well.
Yes.
That three ball is not gonna last,
And
right?
to me,
Yeah,
he's
that's what
he's their
I
best
just
player,
said.
right?
Yeah.
He's their best player,
Okay, I thought so.
unless you like touch him. But
No, no. Hey, I respect this. Like all 6'8" versatile people, Touchum's got game.
yeah, yeah, but he did what he did, so
Fact.
he
And
did what he
Vucevic,
did.
man, I'm like, yeah, I feel like he's been around forever. Yeah, I respect he's expanded his game like a lot of these, veteran centers. He can bust the three, but it's Vucevic. It's like, come on. There's no way, like you said, there's no way they can really do anything but just mess up people's seasons here and there.
That's it. And they'll like I said, they'll make the playoffs because of the East,
Yeah.
because so many teams are down, and you can't depend on with some of those top teams being injured.
Yeah.
There's going to be some spots for them to take. But I think the Pistons will be okay. We know OKC will be okay. The Lakers are gonna hold up because when LeBron comes back, despite what people online say, he's gonna mess up this and that.
If you got to
Bro,
take for that, go ahead because I'm ready.
he's gonna be LeBron. So on a rebound and push the ball on a fast break, he's gonna do his thing.
Yeah,
But I believe he's gonna be an elite cutter.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's my question to everybody who supposedly knows basketball and they don't want to say they're hating. You say he's going to come in and hurt them. It was facts that everybody visually and everybody respectfully say he deferred to Luca, right? Cool. He didn't
Mhm.
that last year have to defer to Reeves, but he still was only 4 shots different than Reeves, who consequently did not shoot as well as LeBron, which everybody wants to hate on. He even if you looked at their numbers before the playoffs, they all shot basically the same from free, 37%. There was just varying differences. And during the playoffs, he shot just a little better than them at 35%. This year, neither one of Luca or Reeves is killing from three, which as a team, they are shooting a putrid 33%. But my main point before I get away from it is who's he replacing? Jake LaRavia.
Yep.
He's just young. He's similar to LeBron's size as far as he's a bigger 6'8", 235. He's not an athlete. So the point that people would be saying that all LeBron's slow, he's going to slow down. He actually can't because he's not taking away a guy who does that. He's taking away the same type of guy except with less 3 point. Well, he's shooting
Yep.
good three with less overall skill
Mhm.
than LeBron. So is LeBron if LeBron doesn't just if they're all just gonna pat and pass, no. He's gonna ruin stuff because that's what Doncic and that's what Reeves are doing. But I don't feel like he's gonna do that. I feel like when one of them are off, you'll always have two people who get to do the pat game and the other guy has to be off. And
Yep.
I think it'll work just fine. So I think what people are doing is just completely unfair because it doesn't change the way Aiden plays, and it doesn't take the Ray out on the sideline waiting for the three Rui plays.
Right. Bro, they only do this with the Lakers and LeBron to where when you're adding a good player back, oh, that's too many players.
They all average
Any
20.
other team, if you got an all-star, all NBA guy coming back, it's oh, wait till we get this guy back. Now we're deeper. Now we can do this.
Yeah,
It's only that team where they say, oh, he's
Because it's
gonna mess up
LeBron. Yeah,
chemistry.
because it's
You know what I
LeBron.
mean?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
So I think
yep.
they'll
Not
last. I
looking
think
at
they'll be a pretty
not
good team.
yeah, not setting your ego aside and looking at the entirety of the whole entire team. You're just
Yeah.
looking at a player that you just don't like for whatever reason. You don't like him, and then now he's going to mess the whole team up, which he's never done. I don't think he's ever went anywhere and messed any team up. So
No.
we can't not say that. Like
See what they were living
so.
on was he when he was younger, he always was even with what had to meld in with the Heat, where I still think that first year he just had to be told no a bunch of times, which made him pissed,
Mm,
which changed anything. I really don't think he went there and learned how to win. He can't be in the finals with the Cavs in that doo-doo lineup if he didn't know how to win. He just didn't know when if he got kicked in the shorts that people weren't going to bow down to him.
Right.
So it just made him man up, so to speak, more than
Yeah.
learn how to win.
Yeah.
And so he was always the best player. Say whatever you want about Kyrie. You weren't saying that when they were lottery for what, 3, 4 years in a row, and he was
mhm.
booty, and he was still out there killing people with his crossover and doing everything, leading to no wins. You didn't say anything when he went into Boston, and he was trash, and he didn't lead to any wins. He actually led to their demise. And then he, admitted to the media and sat down with everybody. He understood LeBron seeing what he was doing, and he wished he would have stayed with him. And maybe then he could have grown, if injuries don't happen, into this player that y'all respect. But he was never equal to what LeBron brought to that Cavs
Right.
team. And if you mention Kevin Love at all, you need to sit down in the corner because he's a nice player. But Kevin Love was never going to be anything but a. Hey, Josh Giddey right now. It's what happens in the NBA. Somebody's got to lead your team in scoring.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a big white boy who can score inside and outside and hustles a lot on rebounds like he did. So,
Same
my
argument for Chris Bosh. Like you weren't gonna win. You weren't winning nothing.
I
You
tell
weren't leading nothing.
I tell everybody, and
Nope.
I love this. It's three guys my age. I've been waiting for this discussion. We're getting down the street, but it has to be had for the people who love basketball. They understand what we're doing around our age. I'm going to give you Chris Bosh, and I'm going to take you back in the time machine, and I'm gonna give you Vin Baker. I'm gonna give you Antonio McDyess, or I'll give you Abdur Rahim. Sai, who are you take? Just will you take Bosch? Who would you take Bosch over? Just my question to you. For me, I think if I had to be technical, you squeeze my arm, I'm a blurt Abdur Rahim. But that's it.
What I said that's what I was. That's what I was thinking too.
I no, I was gonna say Vin Baker.
Really. Because
If you twisted my arm, I'd say Vin Baker.
because Vin Baker never played defense.
He wanted to play defense. He wasn't good at playing defense.
Yeah, he wasn't quite athletic enough. But that's
Right.
my thing. I think I like Vin Baker's offensive game more because he was all the way out to the free throw line with game. I feel
Yeah.
like consistently, I don't feel like Bosch. I felt like he was better kind of 10 feet. He to me he was almost like that sideline. When I look at him back in when he was Raptor, I felt like he was always on the baseline
He
doing
was.
work. I felt like Vin Baker was the whole key. He was doing work.
He was. It's with Bosch. He expanded a little bit to where when he played with D Wade and LeBron, he
Yeah.
could step out and hit that three and space the floor.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I don't know if Vin
Mhm.
Baker could have done that.
So
Like
so but
expand.
you have McDyess and Abdul Rahim over him?
I think I think McDyess would be kind of more of a 15 feet and in also, but McDyess is such a lob threat and such a
Dice.
the healthy
A healthy
McDyess,
McDyess,
right?
yeah, before that knee
Yeah.
stuff.
Right. So
Yeah.
it reminds me of like a Stoudemire. Like,
Yeah.
well, man, just run and jump, bro.
Yeah.
And LeBron, if LeBron gets going downhill, just make sure you cutting.
Yeah.
And that you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
And
I
my
think
point,
Ben Baker is kind of a space eater,
yeah.
kind of,
Okay.
whereas Bosch is more kind of versatile.
And although our opinions don't matter, folks, that led y'all to realize none of those are Hall of Famers. So when you're on a team, when the team works out and you get championships and you get shine and you already was, about 5, 6, 7 years, 18, 19 points a game, it elevates you. He ain't what you thought he was. All
Or
right,
people
Myron.
try to say it was a super team because they look good with the prime LeBron.
Yeah.
It's not a super team.
Nope.
Well, I mean, you could say because they were pretty good, Wade and LeBron. But I mean, those other elements, that's not. They're just good players. Kevin Love was just a good, like you said, somebody's got to lead the team in these stats. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not. They're
So
definitely not trash, but it's not like it's three top level players killing you. Wade still was only good for maybe two of them. That first year he was nice, and they didn't have continuity. That second year you could already see it. He was picking spots. The
right,
third and
Yep.
fourth year, dude was like before every game, LeBron, you got this, man. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Because I would say if you put LeBron at his age, how KD went to Phoenix with Book and all them,
It'd been a problem.
LeBron, it would have been a whole different story,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
All right,
But
I
yeah,
got I got some more. I got some more stuff for you, Myra, before you got just in case, just to liven you up. For the Bulls, I
Okay.
did have they are primarily a three shooting team and they play team defense. The Pistons, old school defense. It turns out they have seven double digit scores. They're obviously Duran and their point guard are the top. OKC, you have the three-headed monster eventually when they get back, but they still are led by Shea, obviously, with his 33, and Chet comes in with 20 in his defense. And overall, that team defense is absolutely ridiculous. They have two dudes.
Hey,
They have two dudes averaging at least two steals a game, and only one of them is a starter. They get a ton of steals. And then you already know with the Lakers, you got Luca getting 40, AK-15 getting 30, and uh, and you know already about what they got. So out of that, those East and West, what are you looking at?
out of the West, I mean, out of the East, I'll go with the East. Like I said, early dark horse, Detroit, looking solid, extra solid. Um, I like how they play. I like their team defense. You alluded earlier before right when you came on, is Detroit is playing. I one of the bad boy esque.
Yep.
type of basketball. So they're a tough, hard nosed team, and I think they will be there. Uh, like I said, I don't think the Chicago's thing's gonna last. I think they're a playoff to contender, playoff team, but it's just gonna. I don't that three ball's not gonna last. We
No,
that story is that'll be we'll be discussing that here later. How that three ball has
that's
died on
Golden
them, and
State numbers from
yeah, it
years
is.
ago as a
It
team.
is, and that's not a Golden State team.
Yeah.
No,
So,
no.
speaking of good segue. Speaking of that, I'm gonna. I like the West. I think the OKC, LA, and Houston top three. Denver's gonna be there.
Yep.
San Antonio's up and coming. But let's talk about something that came up in the barbershop just real quick. Golden State. I said when the season started, it was a tip. Somebody was like, "Oh man, Golden State. I like the chances. I like the chances. They gonna win. Watch, watch." I
Nope.
said, "Man," I said, "Absolutely not." I said, you get. I said, well, yeah, we in this first 4 or 5 games. I said, but when that check engine light comes on,
Yeah.
what do you have to defer to? When those check engine lights start coming on, where are we looking at?
Yep.
Dude,
Jimmy
Kaminga's
already had a situation the other day.
yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I said these check engine lights are gonna come on sooner than later, and they're on now. And
Yep.
what are we looking? What are they looking like?
We talked about this weeks ago about
Yeah,
Golden
we
State.
did. Yeah,
I
we
said,
did.
bro, they too old, bro. They too old.
Hey,
So
people have to learn the hard way. Too old, no real depth. Like you said, you got Kaminga and Moody leading up, but are they really ready to step up? Jimmy Butler
no,
had a situation. Is I think it was Moody had at least 20 the other day for him, but
yeah, he did. He had 20 plus, I believe.
okay. So, but
And
that was an L.
so did Kaminga. I think Kaminga ended with 26 or 28 points.
Yep.
But other than that,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, because you're
They
not going to
want
be
they
able
want LeBron to request a trade so bad.
to.
They want LeBron request a trade so bad,
Hey,
bro.
they got what they wanted. So yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, out of them, I agree. I do not believe in anything. If the Bulls Pistons are going to be leading, then it's going to be the West that's going to win with probably OKC doubling back. Because remember, they still have their second leading scorer out. So if he comes back healthy, man, they're going to be trouble. Because like I said, when we watch them, it's just like you go into a bee's nest. So
Yeah.
send it out. We're just going to gloss over college football, just has some top games. BYU versus Texas Tech is a top 10 game. Missouri gets to play spoiler to Texas A&M at home. Missouri at home, of course. Oregon playing Iowa. And then we have the battle with LSU, hopefully trying to play spoiler or test Alabama. Any of these games you want to check out this weekend, guys?
Um.
Of course, I'll be watching Missouri, Texas A&M a little bit. I want to, I just want to see how Missouri holds on to the rope with their quarterback situation and them dropping down into the 20s. Just hold on, keep yourself, 15 to 25 for the rest of the year, and keep your recruits coming and be ready to, gear up,
For
get a
next
good
year.
bowl game and gear up for next year.
Gotcha. Mark, if you had to watch one,
Uh, After looking at 1 through 10 in the standings, I don't think any of the top 10 teams are going to have any problems with who they're playing this week. I know it's coming down to I think the top 10 is set now. We
Who's
got
who's
Texas.
who's Oregon playing
Oregon is
Iowa.
playing. Yeah, Iowa.
at
I,
Iowa?
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
That could
I
get
don't.
tricky though.
It
Huh?
could get tricky, but I think they'll edge it out. I think Oregon will edge it out. Um, Now I did look at Texas, and they are playing Georgia. So that one, I think if Texas loses to Georgia, I think that'll bump them way out of the contention for a playoff.
Sure.
Um, and that'll That's the end. That's my pick of this. That's the game I'm going to watch this week, just to see how Texas fares against Georgia.
Texas is always looked at, regardless what their ranking is, as a team that is almost favored or even money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like in the view of in the eyes of the public, it's like Georgia's probably gonna run all over them. But I guess it's the name and the names they have for some reason. It always makes you pay attention to their games.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I've got a little homework for us guys, just to keep a watch of it. Number two, Indiana. Um,
Okay.
they've snuck up here. I think they are going to play Penn State, who technically is in the influx. So I think that'll be a nice little thing, especially if Penn State is able to, uh, you know, team up from 0-5 in conference and do something.
Yeah,
That would
yeah,
be hilarious because somehow Indiana sits atop 9-0. So they're right
yeah,
there. They're right there waiting for somebody to kick them in the pants. And they play number 9 Illinois, who obviously fell off since then, and they have also beaten Oregon at Oregon. So
yeah.
that was their only loss. So just some things for you to look at. Also, real quick, back to the NBA. I forgot there are seven folks, 7 30-point scorers in the NBA. Nice little fun fact.
7 right now.
Seven as of today. As it
Hold on,
stands,
hold on. Luca, Shea, Giannis, Luca, Shea, Giannis, Maxi. Is Maxi one of them?
he's number one.
Oh, he's
Oh
number one.
wow.
Remember my
Okay, I didn't know that.
remember my
Okay.
all NBA team? And you was like Maxie, huh? Yeah. Shooting 40 from the field, 40 from 48 from three, getting to the free throw line 9 times a game, getting 5 rebounds, 8.5 assists, one steal, one block.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, who am I missing? The other three.
Donovan, Hag,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Booker. Did you say Book?
Book.
Book?
I
Books in
didn't say
there.
Book. I
Yeah,
didn't say
and
Donovan or
your
Booker.
boy Lori Marketing is down in Utah serving whoever their
Well,
guy
somebody's
is.
got to shoot the damn ball.
Oh, and
Somebody has to
you
shoot the
said
damn.
Austin Reeves, right?
Austin Reeves averaging 32.
Yeah, 31. Your boy
Wow.
Jalen Brunson's around the outside, 28, and do him dirty. Jalen Brown is 27. So, all right, we're ready to wrap it up. Myrick, what you got going this week?
um, nothing much. I got um nothing much. Nothing much. I don't have anything going this week. I don't have anything. I'm not looking too forward to anything. I'm just gonna have a chill weekend.
Yep.
So what's up with you guys?
All right.
I
Huh?
have
Hello?
nothing. I have
Oh.
nothing going on, which is a good thing.
All right. All right. I will be getting ready. They supposedly want to host Thanksgiving at my house. I'm trying to talk everybody out of it. I've got two vicious dogs, is what I'm telling everybody, and I can't put them up. They bite you, they bite you. I'm making everybody sign a waiver when they get in. They just don't even know it unless they watch the show. And the last thing for everybody, it is 7-7 going into halftime. Vegas actually, there's 20 seconds left. Oh,
I had
and
somebody call me right before the game or right after Oakland scored, and I mean Las Vegas scored, and they were like, "Hey, you got to watch." I was like, nah." But I mean, Broncos play like this; they'll pull it out in the end. They're playing. They somehow
hopefully they,
miraculously pull it
hopefully they
in
fall
the
on
end.
their face.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I want to hold on. I gotta revisit something. Thanksgiving at your house for who? Like the
My
family?
family,
Who?
yeah. My,
Your
fa-
family?
my family.
Just the Robinson family.
My
Yeah,
family, and there's
it's
like
just
one extended. There
not the
might be
sports
one
coach
extended.
family.
There might be one
I know as
extended
far as
family
going,
coming. There might be
not
one
the
extended family.
sports coach family.
Not a significant friends
No,
family.
no, 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 no,
Also,
no, 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 no,
okay.
no. Not that. Nah, yeah. But it's Yeah, so I'm not enthused, but so like I said, hopefully they'll watch this stuff like, oh well, we decided to have it in the same place we have every year. I was like, that's a great idea. I was playing, I'm not playing. Anyway,
Mark, I was gonna say if a friend's family was coming too,
that was gonna be crazy.
we would. Hey, Mark, we was gonna have to show up for about 30 minutes,
At
bro.
least, at least. Hey,
It's just chill.
hey, Mark,
Hey,
I brought
just
my
chill
whole
in the corner.
popcorn.
Just,
This is
hey, look,
crazy.
look, 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 look. He nervous. He's spilling gravy.
Oh man, hey, call the folks. Hey man, call the folks. Call the folks. All right. Well, it's been great again. This has been episode 10. This isn't an anniversary, but it feels like an anniversary. I'm excited. Hold on, look. That's some
Yep,
moisture. Thanks
yep.
for everybody. All the shouts out. We want to give out to our sponsor, Silence Incorporated, our other sponsor, Bell United, Robinson and Robinson. Man, it's been a great 10 episodes. All right, y'all. See you next week.